What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about how to grow your channel fast and get more subscribers in 2017.
So I think a lot of people say this all the time, but definitely the best way to grow is just to post a lot of content. And I mean, not only will posting a lot of content get your videos out to more people, like you expand the potential reach, but you also get a lot better at making videos, and then more people want to actually like share your videos with their friends and stuff like that.
But you can't just post a lot of content. You also have to post consistently. That's important. So you can't just post like 1,000 videos in a day and then like post nothing for the next month. Sometimes we do that, and like we can see the effects of that in our analytics.
In that like you get a huge spike in views, but each average video gets fewer views. So obviously they each don't do as well as they could have if we just kind of scheduled it out.
So come up with a schedule that works for you and just be consistent about it. That way people know when you're going to be posting, and like we have our schedule.
We plan out content like network television plans out their content, how like every day at every Tuesday at like 8 p.m. they show this TV show.
Which might be a kind of weird way of thinking of it if you don't really think of your channel as a business, but if you are trying to grow it, then you kind of, like, it sounds like like it takes the personality out of it to think of it that way, but you do in a sense have to think of it as a business because you are trying to grow it. You have a product of sorts. It's your content. You're trying to entertain people and engage people, and you need to sell that to people in the sense that you want them to watch it. So be consistent.
Okay, so in addition to just focusing on YouTube, obviously if you want to get more subscribers, the best way to do that is to expand in as many different directions as possible. And that means making sure that you're trying to grow up an audience on Twitter, grow up an audience on Instagram, maybe even Facebook if you want to. I mean, we spend a little bit of time on each of those things, and we end up getting a large number of people from each place going and watching our videos and subscribing to us and that kind of stuff.
In our experience in diversifying the different places that you post content, you can't just post like the same thing on all of the different platforms. Like that's what we used to do. We would post something on Instagram, and you can have Instagram posts that also link to your Twitter, and you can have your Twitter linked to like Tumblr, and like have this big web of things, and if you post a picture, it's the same picture to everything. That doesn't really work very well because people who find Twitter to be their favorite platform are different than people who like Instagram.
Yeah.
Just because Instagram is more visual, Twitter's usually more text-based, and Tumblr is a completely different thing. Each platform kind of has its own audience. You need to make sure that you cater to those audiences specifically. So like for us, we really stick with, right now, mostly Instagram and Twitter. Yeah. Since Instagram has introduced a story feature, and live soon, hopefully we'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll start live streaming on there. We've posted stories to Instagram because for us, we feel like that works better than Snapchat right now. We've tried Snapchat. We might go back to it. That's, again, it's your audience and it's a preference thing. But yeah, just make sure you diversify the different types of things that you post different places so you get the maximum engagement out of everywhere.
Yeah, and basically, I mean, a lot of that is just experimenting with different things and seeing what's worked. So we've seen that on...
there's no like right and wrong answer for it.
On Twitter, for us personally, people want to know a little bit more. Like we might say something funny that happened to us in just our day-to-day life instead of saying like, wow, I really hate this thing, or stuck in traffic. Like kind of getting involving.
Traffic sucks though.
But like getting someone involved in whatever you happen to be doing in a way that's interesting, so they feel like they're actually like part of your life. And I feel like we're finally starting to tune into what Twitter is supposed to be and actually crafting content for that. And then Instagram, for a really long time, we used to post just like, hey, we're only like 10 subs away from our goal of 4,000. That's really annoying, and people don't really respond to that super well. So basically what we found is doing like Instagram native content where it's like, here's a quick challenge that we can do together, and it's posted only on Instagram so that people get some kind of content, and then saying, if you like content like this, go check it out on our YouTube channel. We have more of this kind of stuff.
People tend to respond to that more.
Yeah.
And it's really it's the same principle with everything. Just like with YouTube, the more you post on a platform, like I'd say like 6 months ago, I didn't at all understand how Twitter works. And now I feel like we're starting to grow our audience there, and we're doing fairly well on the platform.
Yeah, we're actually starting to get people to like talk to us and like some of the things that we're posting, and
you just have to try
them.
stuff.
And it's all social media, and you have to keep that in mind, that you have to be part of like the social aspect of it. And if you're not engaging with people, they're not going to engage back with you. And when you're making YouTube videos, this is definitely a social platform. So if you're asking someone to reply to like say something in the comments, you have to also be in the comments replying to people, and they have to feel like you're actually listening to the things that they're saying, because it can't just be a one-way communication where you make a video and people reply to you, but you guys never really talk to each other.
Right. Like a mistake we used to make was on Twitter, we would only post the links to our videos, and like that was the only time we would ever use Twitter.
Yeah.
No one wants to follow an account that only posts links to their videos. Like that's just boring.
Yeah.
I wouldn't follow that. Another great way to grow your channel is to collaborate with other YouTubers, and if you don't know what a collaboration is, it isn't just a sub for sub or a shout out for shout out. You can do that, but it tends to not give you the engagement that you're looking for, because if I subscribe to you just because you subscribe to me, I'm probably not going to watch your video. You're probably not going to watch my video. All it does is add the number, which in the long term doesn't do anything. Because if you have 1 million subscribers and 1 view per video, it doesn't that won't work. It's not helpful at all. What a collaboration is 2 people actually working together on a video. So there's lots of different ways you would go about doing that depending on the kind of channel that you have. But you could send each other clips of things, or feature people in your video, or use a musician's background music for your video, your short film. There's lots of different ways you could go about it.
Yeah, so just for like a real world example, say Carl and I have 2 different YouTube channels, and say we both have like 1,000 subscribers. There's probably not a lot of audience overlap between those 2,000 subscribers. So Carl and I might make a video together like this, and then tell both of our audiences to go check out the other person's channel, and then you get a little bit of cross-pollination and you get more subscribers. That's an amazing way to grow a YouTube channel, and you don't have to be right next to each other. You can do, like what Carl was saying, is you can collaborate with people kind of all over the world, because
like we did a video a few months ago with someone, and we just made the same topic. It was conspiracy theories, I think.
And
she posted her video on our channel, and we posted ours on her channel, and that just drives some of her fans to us and ours to her. And you're cross-pollinating your audience and everything you just said. Yeah,
it's super easy, and I mean, it doesn't have to be scary or difficult at all. It's super easy, and we make it even easier.
If you're struggling to find people to collaborate with, we have a service for that. I almost said we have an app for that. Could be an app eventually.
But yeah, so we have a website called sidekickcollab.com. It's super easy to use. You just like make an account, you sign in, and then you get like a list of channels that the program thinks that you might be interested in collaborating with. So it decides based on like the size of your channel, the genre, like whether or not you have like similar audiences, whether you upload similar content, and then you get to go through and check each channel out and decide whether or not you want to collaborate with that person. It just basically makes the process of finding people super, super easy.
So that's some pretty basic information on how to grow your channel. If you're looking for a little bit more in-depth information, we do offer a course that has some other tips and tricks and a little bit more detailed information on how you can gain subscribers and grow your channel and best practices, things like that. Link in the description below if you're interested.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, Carl and I have been doing this for a really long time, and we've been to VidCon for 3 times now, and we've taken a lot of notes and talked to a lot of really big channels about what worked for them and what didn't work, and like how they got their first 1 million subscribers. So we just took all of that information that we've gotten over the last 3 years and last 500 videos that we've made and put it into...
It's like almost 600 now.
Yeah, we put it into like a really easy to understand course. So yeah, definitely click that link right down in the description.
So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you liked it, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below with your comments or questions and anything. We'll be in the comments answering your questions, because that's what you do on a social platform.
Yep. Also, if you want to check us out on our other social media platforms, because we do post some cool, interesting, varying stuff on those different platforms, you can check us out. They're all pretty much just at CarlxBen or just like /CarlxBen. You know how to find us on all those different platforms. Also, if you haven't already and you're interested, you can click that like orb thing to subscribe to us. I know, pretty crazy, subscribing to people. And if you're interested in more of our content, you can check out these videos on our chesticles. Okay. I don't know why I said that. I never said that before in my life. Okay, bye.
Bye.